to nobility. Ollie danced through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering candlemaker, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escaped from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paperwork, she'd find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Ollie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering candlemaker, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escaped from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a breath. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. A lord of the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Lugo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with a lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the smell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the smell, with little Lugo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. Now for his mate, little Lugo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Lugo, his talents wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Lugo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the soft laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Lugo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Lugo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journey
halfling stood tall, sea gray eyes, a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Gray with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, and on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Gray with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds, a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With bolder hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Gray, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
Okay. Are we here? Hello? Are we? Oh my God, it's a black screen. This is so embarrassing. Welcome back to You Are Legion, the D&D game where you, the audience, can join in and be part of the story as the gods themselves. Feel free to use those eternity crystals we set up for you on the chat to help any character you like or not help. You can give them advantage or disadvantage on any roll. That includes NPCs. So, DM friends? Yeah, anyone? Please. My name's Coy, and I'm going to be your game master today. I'm joined by some awesome people you may recognize. I'm just going to rock through this list. We got Michael Keane playing as the halfling Harold Grey, wielding the blades of Inpu. We have Sam Gilroy as the noble pirate wizard Thaddeus Turnpike. Always trust him to shout, "Stab the book." And we have Sean Boyd as the blue dragonborn Aelric Tiamaticus, who's no one knows what it's like behind these blue scales. We have Claire Hogan as the noble kender and cleric of the World Tree Zivelin. Arlie Candlewick. For now. So much is... I mean, we're in the World Tree. We're killing the World Tree. We got stuff to resolve. And of course, welcome back special guest Neil Babcock as Lothander. Welcome, Neil. We are in Season 2, Episode 18. Sorry about not being there last week. Got a little bit busy with the acting world. But I'm calling this episode Epi/Prologue. Where we left off, a book within the hollow trunk of a great tree, within the heart of the Library of Knowledge, stabbed by a blade sharpened by the Death Shepherd Inpu, wielded by the same Harold Grey whose name embossed the cover of this hidden tome. The pages pierced, more like flesh than paper, cracking of timber, the groan of failing wood. And this is heard by our party sitting in Lothander's, cool. What is it? You were just telling me like minutes ago. The cool name. Lothander's Retreat. Lothander's luxurious.
Glamorous glamping getaway.
Glamorous glamping getaway. Incredible. So we're gonna return to the inside of Lothander's glamorous glamping getaway, where you're finishing up a hero's feast. Because I'm not an evil DM, I'm going to say everyone was able to stay for an hour and get the benefits of that feast, because I know that as we ended the last episode, Harold and Thaddeus did leave a little early. But for the sake of mechanics, we'll assume that they waited until they got the benefit there. Before we jump into the rapid deterioration of this realm, let's discuss what spells we have up and active, what spell slots and hit points we got going or missing, just the kind of general status quo of where we're at. And I think starting with Neil there, as you were starting to go through what we have active.
Yes. So we are all under the effect of the Hero's Feast, which we rolled the extra HP last time. And so our hit point maximum is increased, not just temporary hit points. It's like real, live, actual ones. We're immune to poison and being frightened, and we make all wisdom saving throws with advantage for the next 8 hours. Also, currently under the effect of a death ward for the next 8 hours is both Harold and Arlie. And that was my thing.
Amazing. Does anyone else have any? And the death ward means he's protected. What is that?
I'm just going to read the exact thing here. The first time the target would drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage, the target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends. If the spell is in effect when the target is subjected to an effect that would kill it instantaneously without dealing damage, that effect is instead negated against the target and the spell ends.
Very powerful. Cool. Okay. Anyone else have any active effects?
All wizards that are trained at the tower pretty much are taught that they should have mage armor on them, and if they even get a whiff or sense of danger, like it's an 8-hour application. People just try to kill wizards. Every 8 hours you cast mage armor on yourself like the paranoid wielder of mad and arcane powers that you are. So I think that as Harold tapped me to go kill a god, I would have just reflexively at that moment cast Mage Armor more as like a out of a tick than anything else. So I'm down a first level spell slot, and I have Mage Armor for the next 8 hours.
Amazing. It's like that old rhyme, right? Was it spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch, and mage armor just before you leave the house? Just do I have everything? Good.
One last thing. Lathander cast a couple of effects on heralds maybe 3 sessions ago. I can't recall what they were or if they would still be active given the amount of time that's passed.
The only one that's still in effect is the Death Ward, which is the one that I read to.
Okay, that's it then. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Is the Death Ward? Does it mention in the spell if there is like any type of like indication of it, like any type of like active rune or anything like that, or sometimes these spells are like there is some sort of a halo or there's some sort of a thing or that.
There isn't in the wording of the spell. One of the first time I cast it on Herald, I did say that a golden radiance like appears on my hand and passes into his body and fades. I feel like it's not a concentration spell, but despite that, I feel like if the effect ends, Lathander might be aware of the feeling his magic snuff out of type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so like obviously like possible to be aware of the spell with magical senses, but there isn't necessarily like a natural indication that a non-magical entity would be aware of this spell or this effect. That's
no.
Cool.
Although if he has a star bouncing around his head and his body is flashing on and off bright neon lights, that would be a very
amazing.
Yeah.
And Claire, Arlie cast an augmented version of the Hallow spell. Is that right? That we have active.
Yeah.
And that's not concentration. That is until dismissed, I believe. So that's just like an ongoing
Forever
for our Sandlot fans. And that is protecting the central core of our library that we're in. That also with the special ability, like the augment that you added with Lathander's help was that it prevents teleportation in or out of the hallowed area, I believe. Is that right?
So, so I was going to pick the preventing teleportation one. Then you said that Lathander's spell covers that. So then I chose the idea that in the list, one of the abilities is that everyone can speak any whatever language you can communicate. No matter if you don't
right
speak
within the Hallow. Okay, right. So you have 2 effects because one was from Lathander, one you were able to provide. So you provided the like everyone within the area can understand all languages effectively. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
Seems
cool.
appropriately knowledgeable.
Very, very appropriate.
And to be clear on the forbiddance effect of the teleportation, it was cannot be teleported in or out of by selected creature types off of a list that we had. And because hey, I'm one of those creature types, I left my own creature type off that list.
Okay, so this is I'm gonna get a little in the
So I would
weeds on
assume
this.
it's Fiend, Celestials, Fae. Fiend, Celestials, Fae. But by default, I'm saying Fiend, Celestial, Fae. What else?
It is
Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead. Also, I must have been reading a different version of it off of a different one because I'm reading one off of D&D Beyond now. And there's a little paragraph that I hadn't seen before. Great spellcaster over here, you guys. When you cast this spell, you can designate a password. A creature that speaks the password as it enters the area takes no damage from the spell.
That's for the that spell, that
5.5.
Forbiddance, right?
That's for Forbiddance, yes.
And
yes.
Forbiddance, I'm just going to look at our timeline here. Forbiddance was cast the beginning of the first day. And it's a 24-hour spell, I believe. Right? I think we've...
Yes.
It would no longer be active.
So I think the Forbiddance has passed, but the Hallow remains. And the Hallow extra-dimensional interference, it's called. Affected creatures cannot move or travel using teleportation or by extra-dimensional or interplanar means. And that's the same celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. I'm just going to read this just because it's the active effect. Those creatures cannot enter the area, nor can they charm or frighten or possess creatures within it. Any creature charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature is no longer when they enter the area. And you can choose to exclude one or more of these types from this effect. Arlie, did you choose to exclude any type from this, considering that Lothander may potentially be one of these types? Is Lothander one of these types, canonically?
Yeah, Lathander is a celestial.
What? Hold on. I'm pulling up the.
But is he in this?
Since
He's
Legion.
appearing through the Legion.
No, the gods are real now. So, like from a theological standpoint, and I'm sorry to get nitpicky about this, but before it was like a program that the construct was running, so it was still a construct. Now a god which is free and in full power is fully taking over and commanding. Like the head is just a locus of power for the god to manifest here. So, I mean, I don't want to like define them all, but I guess they could, define themselves as any of those on those lists. And he certainly is a celestial.
Yeah, I think Arlie being the like cleric in the lawyerly capacity that she is, like you can exclude one or more of those types of creatures from this effect. Like I think that in the 24 hours of prep time, I would say that she would have been like, now it's very important that when Zivlin rematerializes that he not be blasted out of the hallowed sacred ground himself, being a god. And actually, perhaps certain gods should be allowed in, perhaps. Like, and then if you want me to roll, like, she could roll.
No. You had enough time.
Yeah.
You had 24 hours where you were all talking and had the capacity to, in your downtime, chat about this. I don't want to trap anyone out. I'm giving you the opportunity to make these calls now. We're going to lock it in so that we can move forward on an even playing field, as it were. Awesome. So Celestials have been excluded from the Hallow Ward, but it still affects Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead. And also because of the Hero's Feast, not only are you immune to charm or frighten or possession within the Hallow area, but because of the Hero's Feast, you are just straight up immune to charm and frighten, period, because of the Hero's Feast, which is pretty cool, especially for Aelric, who constantly has trouble with that type, with charm, I believe. Cool. Anything else in terms of like mechanical where we are sitting? When anyone like confused about spell slots or rests or active conditions or anything like that? Cool. Okay. In that case, we return to, and I have to pull up the name here because I'm just terrible right now. Lothander's Glamorous Glamping Getaway, where a sweet slow roast has, like the remains of a family-style slow roast on the exterior table. This is one of those like beautiful outdoor glamping, somewhere like Hawaii where there aren't any mosquitoes, I'm guessing, with beautiful, I think you had corn, or was it wheat fields in the distance. This is like its own kind of minor realm or plane in its own right. And if we are using the rules of Tiny Hut, cool, I just pulling that up so I have it. Those of you who are in the glamping getaway. That would be Arlie and Aelric and Lothander. While you are finishing up the last, like, kind of sopping up the last bit of gravy with bread and finishing up the jugs of wine and mead and whatever else you have there, you hear a loud booming crack, which almost at first sounds like thunder. I will say that Arlie, you can give me a insight check with advantage. Everyone else, if they want, can give me an insight check as to what's going on, just to get us started with a little roll for the day.
Ooh, jeez.
Okay, stand by.
It was sweet tea, right? My bad. It was sweet tea. Finishing up the last of the
Come on.
sweet tea. Yeah, what am
Big
I?
old
I
theme.
forgot the
Yeah.
accent. Here I was just describing. I was like, what am I doing? This is very much in place.
Get out of here with your wine. And
With your wine.
The fermentation of grapes.
You're just booting Foundry up. Stand by.
You can
for
roll.
this.
You can roll dice. You can just straight roll a
I
dice.
can roll some real dice. All right, it's an insight check. You say.
Yeah, I think Arlie's insight is
There we
plus
go.
9.
Tis rolled. Tis rolled.
Oh, 25. Yeah, with a 25, Arlie, that's not thunder, that's wood cracking. You sense I think it's like a coldness in Arlie's gut as you feel the realization of this event that you all knew was coming, but it's been just beyond grasp in terms of how to get to there and the exact stepping stones at which you would arrive at this cataclysmic endpoint which you've been directed towards. And now with this thunderous booming crack, you hear it, you feel it, the moment is upon you.
The moment is upon me. What does that? The moment of.
Zivelin.
I think I don't know what's happening.
Oh, you've been told. Yeah, it's like a reminder for our audience and for everyone. You've been told by Nona Arlie Candlewick, an older version of Arlie from a future time frame, that there is a paradox in the universe. There are two world trees right now. The one that existed before the gods were released, and now that the gods have all been released into the world, there is a paradoxal two Zivelins. And so the nothing, that kind of ancient black primordial nothingness that has been infecting your magic is actually a sort of cosmological correction that is erasing this duplicate. But if it is allowed to metastasize, it could potentially expand into other areas and be very dangerous to the fabric of reality. So Nona Arlie had suggested that Zivelin, the world tree, needs to be killed for the other Zivelin and make space for the other one. And she gifted you a small box with a magical seed. Seed of the tree of Zivelin,
I remember
which
that.
you carry. You're carrying that seed now, and there was this this overarching objective to that the world tree must be somehow destroyed or killed. But the party got a bit distracted with talking about Nona and looking through the library and casting the Hallow spell to protect yourselves from this like potentially large thing that you might have to do and what are the fallout. You have this wonderful feast. At a certain point, now that you're looking around, the like rolling thunder of like, if you've ever heard a large old oak tree crack and a major, branch collapse and wind, it's kind of like that, what you're hearing. You realize that Thaddeus and Harold are not here. They are not in the glamping, the glamorous glamping with you. And with that insight of 25, Arlie, you connect that cracking to the sundering of the trunk of Zivelin. Something has happened. It's Harold and Thad are not here. They disappeared, and it sounds like...
All right. Arlie's just gonna be like, I think the Hallow spell might have gone off a bit sooner than anticipated. She's gonna be like, I didn't anticipate that it would eject the tree. Are we structurally just gonna open the glamp door?
It's like a tent. Yeah, I guess, is it a modern tent with a zip?
It's a tent flap. It's just got a
Tarp flap.
flap. That's
This is a
all.
tarp flap.
Okay.
With an insight of 25, would Arlie also remember Harold's conversation with Lathander, or is that a bit beyond that?
Was that...
Was she paying attention?
Yeah, was she there for
that's the
it?
question, right?
Yeah.
I think she was, but she might not have been paying attention to it.
It depends
since
if-
it wasn't a conversation that she was in.
She was pretty distracted by Aelric, but like,
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
happened before that, then we could argue that she was paying attention.
Okay,
Amazing.
let's keep going.
Yeah. And Lothander, you, with a 25, I believe, recognize the same thing. You hear the rumblings of the death throes of a celestial being. Arlie, you open up the tent flap and find yourself back in the library. If you take a look at the map there, the tent flap was just outside the southern edge of the Hallow spell. You had centered your Hallow spell on that large tree in the center of the library. Lothander had set up his tent just to the south of it, so it's like 20 feet from the edge. As you come out of the glamping tent, you find yourself here. There, like the ground itself is shaking as if an earthquake, and looking down the hallway towards the tree, you see a large crack slowly opening, almost as if in slow motion as the trunk is being sundered. Aelric and Lothander, you have an opportunity to react as you see Arlie rush out of the tent, leaving her sweet tea unfinished.
Well, this seems like an emergency. Let's go.
Sweet tea unfinished. That's an emergency if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I'll just stand up, and as I take off my Kiss the Cook apron, my armor materializes around me, and my shield is in hand and as sword at the side, and head out.
Love that. The Kiss the Cook. Aelric, how about you?
Is Arlie on the move?
Yep. She's heading out of the tent.
All right. Aelric's on the move.
Hell yeah. As the last of you exit the tent flap, the spell disappears behind you. When the last person has left, the spell ends. You are now left within the library. I will say, everyone give me a perception check, and this will include Thaddeus and Harold, as we are now entered the space. $20 for Thad.
30-20.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Let's see if I can pull up a map for
23.
for Vic.
Oh, I put it in the chat. It's just the Reddit one, right? Just the arcane library.
Yeah, we're seeing what he's seeing right now. We don't have a battle map live on Foundry. It's just the image of the library. And I can see that on the Twitch stream.
I think it's just the reference. It's supplemental imagery.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this
Oh
up.
no, Koi, I put it in the chat. I found it. I saved it. It's I'm just making sure I saved the right thing. But it's in the chat.
Cool.
I'm just seeing 3 stars in the chat from that message that you sent there.
Oh, because you can't drop links.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't drop
Okay.
links or images into the Twitch thing.
All right, I put it in our Discord thing, and now Koi's in charge.
Now it's
But
all up
it's
to
true
you.
that we're not using it. We aren't using it right now.
Yeah,
but
but it is good. Okay, I've popped in the battle map that we are using. I'm trying to pull up in the background here, see if I can pull up the actual battle map potentially. And let me, sorry, too many things at once. 2320. Thad and Harold, even inside the trunk of this tree, this like very hallowed, in both definitions of the term, space, you witness the knife enter the book easier than it should be to stab paper. Out of the wound, instead of blood, you see a thick sap, sticky and viscous. And you hear the cracking reverberating through this space, a low rumbling with those sharper, high-pitched elements to it. But with that high perception, over 20 for both of you, among the higher pitched resonances, you hear the shrill sound of a howling feline.
Oh no, library cat. Harold, you hear, because I just want to keep in mind that I'm currently warged into Lil Bubo, so I can only see. I can still talk, but I can't like feel. So I hear myself shout because I can't really. The connection between thinking and talking is not there because I'm in the bird. So the Thad thought that everybody hears out loud is, "Oh no, library cat."
Amazing. Harold, as you stab into the book, Harold, I'm going to ask for an intelligence saving throw.
$19.
With a 19.
Turns out it was DC 20. Go fuck yourself.
Come on, man. He gets a +1 on the save.
I mean, I just killed a god. It's not a good surprise. Like,
Harold, the business end of a blade is very similar to the business end of a quill. They are sharp, and they are meant to leave a mark. Both of them. A quill scratches parchment and leaves its own ink. A blade lacerates flesh, and the flesh leaves its mark. As you stab into this book, you feel the Venn diagram overlapping of these two truths into a whole circle. You feel the book that you are stabbing is Harold Gray, written and read by Harold Gray. As the blade pierces through the pages, each point going through these thin layers of parchment, you feel days and weeks rush by you, memories of your own past. Mornings, afternoons at work, nights in the pub, first meeting Fiona, your first drink, your first time in a fight. All these moments passing by, the blade cutting through them as they're stacked on top of each other, whether through luck or whether through some metaphysical fate or something guiding your hand, even the deepest cuts can avoid arteries and the most dangerous and vulnerable organs. as you cut through the book to the heart of Zivelin itself, somehow you avoid severing the memories of your past. You succeed in your saving throw. And the thing that brings you back into the moment is not the cracking, because that thunder is growing through your memories, but it is Thad's exclamation followed by an owl hoot of, "Oh shit, library cat."
This is an aside. I kind of wish I had failed to save because it would be really fun to roleplay that.
To be
But,
so, it was what I was going for is Brennan Lee Mulligan did one thing which I really enjoyed, which is it's a two-phase. There's only two options. It's what's ever closer to one extreme or the other. So there's only a fail or a succeed. You were closer to the succeed.
Okay. What is, other than spewing forth sap, what is the book doing? Nothing?
It's just like, yeah, it's bleeding sap. But from your experience of how blood wells up, it's blood not from like an active artery, but just like the slow, thick oozing of blood from like a muscle wound or another flesh type wound, pooling as opposed to spurting.
I take my I pull the blade out of the book.
You're able to pull your blade out of the book. Some of the pages.
Carefully.
Okay. Use it. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Not a rogue anymore, man. Come on.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you know what I could actually do? It's my hacked weapon. So the blade just disappears. I can just push it into a liminal space.
Yeah,
It just
awesome.
does that.
Cool.
Gonna take a handkerchief and wipe the sap off my hands. The handkerchief, because I assume,
no, you didn't get any on your hand.
Okay.
Because it was, as I said, it was like a pooling, not a splurting. It's a simple downward stroke, especially as you'd made it disappear without having to like use your hand to get on the book to help get it out. Clean hands.
Yeah. Okay. That's Harold. I leave the tree.
Amazing. You leave the tree. Thaddeus, do you stay or follow?
As I see Harold coming out, or like little Bubo sees the move to go, I pop back into myself and I just pop little Bubo back and just out of existence and then back onto my shoulder again.
Cool. Just pops right back. Amazing. The two of you crawl out of the crack in the tree trunk. You see that the crack is the beginning of what is growing. The trunk is splitting actively. This is like a train crash in slow motion, or if you were to watch a tree ripped from, torn from a heavy wind, but at 60,000 frames a second. This is a collapsing tree. As you step out, you stare down the hallway at your companions about 60, 100 feet away from you, Arlie, Aelric, and Lothander, and you all hear the distressed meowing of a cat coming from the east.
If everyone hears it, because if Arlie hears it, she'll run and be like, she's gonna think it's her fault for not letting, for forgetting, like, what the hell kind of creature is library cat?
As of yet, undetermined.
I'm gonna run
wherever
to
Arlie. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I think Harold and Thad are close to this. Harold's going to look at Thad and just gesture in the direction of Library Cat and take off towards the sound.
Amazing. And Elric, you're following in tow with Arlie. Incredible. All of you get to the eastern pathway leading from the heart of the library there. I'm just going to move you over. And you see standing at the edge of the Hallow Spell, on the inside of the Hallow Spell, is Library Cat. Library Cat has its hackles raised, big fluffy tail, arched back. It is meowing, screeching in that kind of distressed cat, painful, warning, angry, distressed, scared type of meow that cats make, that is either when they're scared or when they're having sex, because cats are scary, weird animals. Standing on the other side of the hallowed spell, that line of magical wards, is a humanoid creature. Let me see if I can... It looks like a withered, desiccated corpse standing tall, wearing some sort of armor that is almost in straps like the rib cage, clearly magical in nature. I will ask for a perception check or any other type of check that any of the characters would like to do on this creature.
Harold sees the creature and just says, Nire?
Can I Arcana? I want to Arcana this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I will answer everyone as I see these coming in, and then we'll get to the answer of Harold's call there. Elric, with a 10...
Can I animal handle? Can I animal handle him just instead of... No, I'm just kidding. I just thought I'd throw it.
You animal. The perception check of 10. That was with advantage, right?
That's right. This new wisdom orb is sucking it.
Because you have the wisdom orb gives you advantage on all wisdom checks. Is that correct? Is that right? Wild.
No, wisdom saving throws.
Is it wisdom saving
wisdom.
throws?
It just said wisdom check on the thing. So, okay, that's fine.
I think it's saving. Oh wait, sorry. I thought you were referring to one of the spells rather than your
Let me see. Oh, it's
new magic item.
You have advantage on checks to find hidden doors and paths. That's what it is.
Gotcha. Your wisdom score. Oh, gotcha.
But your score does increase by 2.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't do very well.
Yeah, did pretty well. So Elric, this is an undead creature that probably was human or elvish, maybe, when it was alive. That's about as much as you can pick up. Thaddeus with an 18 Arcana check. This is a powerful undead creature. It is being countered. It is being kept at bay by the Hallow Ward. But you can tell that with an 18, I'll say that you are very aware that the Hallow Ward is extremely valuable right now. This is a powerful creature.
It's a powerful creature. Can I interact with it? Do I glean any?
Eat Library Cat. Is there an orange tail sticking out of its mouth?
No, Library Cat's so it's standing on one side, on the outside of the barrier. Library Cat's just on the inside and like looking up at it, arc screeching and howling at it. But
gotcha.
It can't get past your Hallow Ward. And if any type of interaction will be after Harold's first question, Thaddeus. But you're certainly.
But is like what I'm asking is do I get the sense that if I were to shoot an arrow at it, would it pass through it because it's projecting in, or is
Hey,
it like
buddy.
it's
Buddy.
there?
Hey, buddy, inside. Come on.
Hey, this is what this is. This
Sorry,
is,
my familiar.
Charlie's
I'll
named
mute.
the library cat.
this is Keen's familiar.
But-
Hey, buddy. Hey,
Buddy.
library cat, buddy. Come on in, buddy.
Inside.
Come
Say
in, buddy.
the hello.
Come on.
Nope, nope, come on. We
Come
don't. Nope, nope.
I love it. With an 18 Arcana, I'll say that this is not a projection, Thaddeus. This is a corporeal figure. So yes, it would be you would be able to interact it with physical objects. Yeah.
Okay.
It is not an illusion or a projection. With a 20 religion check, is that right for Neil? The 20 religion check, Neil, you, Lothander, the creature itself with religion, especially as Lothander, the Lightbringer, undead creatures are kind of outside your purview. You might know about them maybe more than those gods who are entirely uninterested in the undead because they kind of exist within your antagonistic, like the oppositional elements to what you represent. But like all mortal beings, it is not nearly as interesting as the things that they do and surprise you with. The thing that catches your eye with a 20 religion check is the nature of the things that make it stand out. This creature is missing an eye. This creature is also missing a hand. This creature also is wearing armor that is clearly celestial in nature. Also, it has made some sort of an alloy of different metals. You see abyssal metals with celestial metals, with other types of these kind of supernatural materials, and you can see that that the artifacts being worn have been cobbled together from extremely powerful artifacts, seemingly in a manner that none of the original owners of these materials would find acceptable, which makes you think that this creature has done it themselves. For any mortal creature to bind and wield these types of materials signifies great capacity and strength in magic.
Okay.
Harold, you oh no, too many chats. Harold, you say Nire? Is that what you say? You just asked the name? Amazing. You asked the name. The creature looks up from the cat towards you, Harold, and with its one undead eye and open eye socket scans over the five of you. I am going to ask for sorry, I'm just going to do a little... I need to do a little quick thing here. How do I... Oh my god. I don't have enough screen. Thaddeus, Harold, all of you actually, even Aelric, notice the movement in the one hand of this creature as it subtly casts a spell. Thaddeus, with your 18 Arcana, you recognize this spell as a low-level, and I just want to... I will tell you the School of Magic. Conjuration spell. This is a simple conjuration spell that you see being cast. The creature smiles at the lot of you, and in response only says, What have you done?
We killed a god.
Did you not just release them?
What? Well, I mean, who are you, skeleton man?
You heard Harold say Nere. The 20 religion. Oh, Arlie, did you do a perception check, Arlie?
No.
Okay.
I did an insight check earlier.
But that was for the thunder.
Thing.
Yeah. In response,
one now.
with a 1, library cat. Oh my God, library cat's in danger. Yeah. In response to your question, Thaddeus, the creature maintains a kind of dead smile. Says, "Your companion seems to be much more clever than you."
A paradox existed, which I chose to resolve. Presence here unnerves me.
The
What do you
smile
want?
broadens as you say that. Good. Then you are not as stupid as you seem. I'm going to ask everyone else to make a perception check again. And I will give you this is going to be a contested roll.
Oh, can I actually take an Arcana to see what spell he just cast as well, Coy?
Yeah. It'll be a DC 20.
Okay. Cool.
Damn. Thad, DC 20. Boom. Thad, you recognize you're not really good at like the subtle spell casting. It's like a whole other specialization around like being able to cast somatic and physical things without making a big deal of it, like doing it under a table or like whispering, as opposed to like, and I invoke them. But Harold, you can't recognize it. You do recognize that there's some movements, something is being cast. But Thaddeus, you recognize that this is the subtle version casting, one-handed casting of Mage Hand.
Off the top of my head, I would know this. Are mage hands invisible, or are they like an ethereal thing that everybody can see?
Normal mage hands are visible, but at higher levels or within some specialties, they can be invisible. Yeah.
Okay. I sort of to the group just be like, incoming hand.
Beg your pardon? I got a 27 on my perception check. I look around for a hand.
I got a 26 or something.
Amazing. With a 26 and a 27, the two of you notice
24.
With a 24 and a 26, both of you notice a shift, very subtle, a shifting of books on one of the shelves beside you, as if someone is leafing through the stacks.
I'll cast Dispel Magic.
Cool. Amazing. What is the wording of Dispel Magic?
It is... Choose any one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Range is 120 feet. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spell casting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
the cantrip, so I think it's an automatic success.
It is an automatic success. I'm just wondering, the target is a creature, object, or magical effect within range, but it doesn't say that you have to see it. Cool. You cast Dispel Magic towards what you're seeing. There's almost like the after image of having looked into a bright light, and a shadowy hand freezes and then shatters into almost like ash, shadowy ash. You hear a sharp inhalation from the undead creature beyond the ward.
Now, here I thought we were just having a nice conversation and getting to know each other. This isn't a time to be trying anything behind each other's backs, do you think?
I look at him and I want to narrow my eyes and just completely out of left field. Please correct me if I am remembering the wrong place that this happened to, Koi. I'm sure you can correct me. I just want to look, and I don't want to get dangerously close, but I do want to step forward more now that I see the flash of magic disappear from the hand being disappeared. Are you responsible for Northern Aragoth?
You still grasp for cause. Anything greater than you. Is it hope that you cling to find cause behind actions?
Why?
Why? There it is again. The misguided belief that cause and effect are somehow related, that one must beget the other. You still...
Nire. If you are Nire, or at the root of whatever you are now was Nire, I want to make myself perfectly clear right now in this moment. Even if you're some sort of paradox yourself, I am going to end you.
The dry, dead vocal cords of this creature laughing sounds almost like a death rattle.
There doesn't need to be a cause, nor there doesn't need to be an effect to it, much in the same way you might ask me why I ask a question about an island. You laugh at an inevitability yourself, Nire.
Speaking of inevitable, you have destroyed the heart of the library, and you stand within this ward. But I ask you, where do you hope to escape? This realm will collapse within moments. Where will that leave you?
I don't know if you know this about us. If anybody else wants to chip in too, I'm kind of vamping.
I'm gonna say. Let me just another. Gonna need another perception check. It's gonna be a DC of 22.
I want to have a second Soto voice with Arlie when you have a second, all right?
Cool.
You do this to Soto, and then I'll pick up from my monologue since I did not catch whatever's happening.
Perception. 23 on that perception.
Lothander, you notice the subtle casting happening again.
I'll fucking dispel magic on him again as soon as he starts doing it.
Amazing. You wait for the spell to conclude, and you cast another spell.
Not an efficient use of spell slots. Just calling this out. We can't keep doing this if it's a cantrip, because he can cantrip.
All right.
It's very badass, though.
I love the energy. I'm just calling out to the group, like, we can't keep this up if all this thing needs to do is get off a cantrip because it's unlimited resource.
Fair enough.
I'll let you think about it, Lathander, while we have a sotto voce between Harold and Arlie. We'll say that's your common sense talking to you in the back. Let you consider what you want to do in response, but you are aware of it. Awesome. Yeah.
To Arlie, Harold says, "We affect them outside of this ward."
Does Arlie know? Like, Claire doesn't know.
The Hallow spell?
You cast the spell.
Well, Arlie, that's Claire asking.
Yeah.
Arlie's not talking to herself in the third person. Does Arlie?
Okay.
Yeah. So the Hallow spell works as a barrier. It prevents these creatures from entering. It does not prevent physical or magical effects from passing through the barrier.
Oh, okay.
It prevents the creatures from entering the realm. So you are like, this creature can't pass through the barrier, but spells could go either direction or any other thing.
My mage test. How I cheated on my mage test.
Yeah. When Thad was like, "Oh, fuck this, I'll just throw something," or what was it? Like, you just, it was like this magical thing.
I passed mage hand through.
Harold. Harold.
Mm-hmm.
Can I finish as a thing if you were in a soda moment there for 2 seconds?
I was going to do something, but go for it.
Cool, so we'll say,
as I'm finishing up, did the magic hand that was just dispelled, was it in the same spot as before?
You if you don't get if you don't succeed the 22 perception check, then
Dispelled it. Was there a little, didn't you establish there was a little flash of the dispel whenever it happens?
that was next to one of the library shelves was where that happened. Before.
So since that flash goes off while I'm in mid-sentence, I'm answering the question from before. I go, well, if you knew anything about anything, you would know we barely know where we're going at any given moment. And then just as I see that flash, I'm going to cast Firebolt directly at that portion of the house. Yeah?
Okay, I won't stop you. Go for it. Harold's going to take the next action.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, with the intent of Firebolt, to just destroy all of the books that are on that bookshelf.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right.
You hurl a firebolt and a bunch of books go up in flame, start burning. The whole shelf to the fire begins to spread. It's old.
In the shock and taking advantage of the relative, shock of the action.
Mm-hmm.
Harold just this does work.
I missed all of it. Sorry.
So we recommend using action to take a dodge if I'm about to get attacked by a power word kill. I'm going to cast Banishment.
Cool. Oh, you're going to cast Banishment on Nire.
So that's exactly what I was going to do as once you told me stop dispelling.
Hell yeah. Cool. Why don't we roll initiative at this point? Because I think everyone's starting to get hungry to act. So I'm going to say, let's all roll initiative.
No. I get an act.
Yeah. No, you're gonna get your action. You're gonna get your action. I just think because now it's like who's gonna go next, and it's just gonna be a little bit easier moving forward. But you definitely get the action that you just declared. But just to simplify a little bit in terms of. Let me go over to.
Is anyone?
Harold, you cast. How does the spell work? Banishment.
So banishment. You attempt to send one creature you can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished. The target is native to the plane of existence you're on. You banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends. It lasts 1 minute. Blah, blah, blah. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than when you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. Spell ends before 1 minute has passed. The target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. Otherwise, the target doesn't return.
Amazing. What level spell is banishment?
It is I'm casting it as a 4th level spell.
Okay. As you cast the banishment spell, Vecna utters a dread word. And when I say Vecna, because we are reskinning Nere as Vecna, and we all knew this because the book is called Vecna, utters a dread word to interrupt what you're doing. You all are in this magical ward where you can understand all languages, so you hear the celestial word of the magical word that is uttered, and the dread counter spell is cast. Using his reaction, the spell fails and has no effect. There is a moment as the words fall from the final words of the spell fall from Harold's lips, are absorbed by this powerful celestial word of power, and there is a brief moment of stillness before the cracking, groaning, and screeching of Library Cat continue. And then I have Lothander was the last person to act before we enter initiative.
Yeah, so I literally was going to, instead of casting Dispel Magic on the hand, I was going to try and cast Banishment on Vecna as well.
Can if you like.
I think instead, though, based on how this is going, I'm going to cast Circle of Power instead.
Okay.
Divine energy radiates from you, distorting and diffusing magical energy within 30 feet. Until the spell ends, the sphere moves with you, centered on you for the duration. Each friendly creature in the area, including you, has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Sweet.
Additionally, when an affected creature succeeds on a saving throw made against a spell or magical effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw.
Cool. So they all get like evasion, basically.
Yes.
Incredible.
And advantage on all saving throws against
Sweet.
spells or magical effects.
Incredible. You cast that. As you cast that, Harold, you feel the dread counterspell word not only gobbles up the words of magic that you uttered, but continue into your into your breath cavity, down into your lungs, and into your breath, the center point from which most magic originates. You take 15 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Incredible. The circle of power is cast by Lothander. And with that, we are going to enter into... Oh, I still need... Arlie and Thaddeus and Lothander. Would you like me to roll initiative for you?
I got a 16.
Okay. I will just update this.
Or is it?
Harold actually does have advantage on this as well. Because
Right,
that was
Harold
the
has
other thing.
advantage. Yeah.
It was the Vigilant Blessing.
Right.
Although, I don't know if he really needs it.
With a 27 initiative?
It's a spell save.
No, you get advantage on your first initiative roll because of something he had given you. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, Vigilant Blessing. I forgot.
That was it.
Sorry.
Amazing. So that's the end of our so we're still in like, it's not necessarily, I'm doing initiative just for the sake of like order, because I know people are going to want to start to do stuff, and we're acting not necessarily in active combat, but we have the potential to pop off. But everyone, I think, currently has things they're trying to do in this scene, so that's why we're in initiative order. We can certainly pass. I'm much more willing to say, like, I want to hold my action until I see someone else act. That's totally cool in this instance, because this is more just helping us so that we don't get a traffic jam in terms of what's going to happen next. But beginning the top of our order here, we have Harold, Arlie, Aelric, Lothander, Thad, all acting before Nere. You can act in any order that you like, but you all have the opportunity to act at this point before Nere will have an opportunity to do the next thing. And starting with Harold. I feel like heavy thinking is occurring. Do you hear us, Harold?
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm first.
Yeah, but you can delay your turn if you like.
Okay. Well, team, how do we get out of this? Does anyone have Dimension Door?
I was just
Oh, do y'all want to leave right now?
we banish ourselves.
I will remind you that no Dimension Door teleportation spell will work within the active Hallows zone.
So, like, I mean, I have a metagame plan here, but I guess we're going to have to convey it vis-a-vis the turn system.
Considering all of you act before Nere in this initiative order, you're welcome to converse.
But we should probably try to get to one of the, like, rooms outside of, like, across the way and get out of here. But I think that I'd like to try to burn as much as the library as I can on my way out the door.
Shit. So I start blasting. The fires are, not only is like, there's like, you're standing in an earthquake, the big tree in the middle of this library is cracking, books are falling off shelves. One full shelf is slowly becoming just a pillar of fire from that firebolt that Thad just cast. This is old, dry pages, easy and happy to burn.
Koi,
Yo.
is this magical fire or non-magical fire?
This would be a non-magical fire.
Well, it's not all burning.
Describe for me. Yeah, what's going on?
So in a circumference that kind of goes out, there's like this arc of fire that comes up to this lip that's about, where am I? Yeah,
Here.
right there. Yeah, so all the way basically to the tree.
What's the radius?
Well, it's 30 feet radius or diameter?
I'm going to give you a light radius for your token so that we can see it. So what would the radius be?
Let me look at it here again. I thought it was 30 feet diameter.
30 feet. I think it's a 30-foot radius, yeah.
30 feet radius, yeah.
Are you going to be like Igor from now on and like stay 30 feet outside of our camp? Wherever?
No, it's actually 30 feet within 30 feet in all directions.
Which is radius. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so actually, Thad, because of what's happened, this has to be a retcon then. when you fired your firebolt, it hit with magical fire and burnt a few books, and then immediately all the fire just went out.
Yep.
What the Thad shouts, everybody to the back room, Dragon Man first.
Incredible. And the I've given a light radius to Aelric. That is our 30-foot radius. That's not actually doing any light. It's just for us to have an idea of what that radius is.
Know where the fire is going to extinguish. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Which is the back room?
I would say he's opposite the lich. But
Westerly.
yes, we're in a circle.
Amazing.
Okay.
So because we're in initiative, I'll say that we can only move maximum of what we would do for combat movement within our movement. But yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Harold, okay. Did you have an action? Or did you want to like coordinate something with someone else?
Yeah, I have an action. So what I'm going to do is Fiona is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Harold is going to, or maybe right. Harold is going to go to right here.
Okay.
I'm going to grab Library Cat.
Cool. Give me an animal handling.
Oh no, I got to use my new sheet. I don't have expertise in that anymore. Sorry. D20 plus 2. And
cool. You take 1 slashing damage as Library Cat scratches you as you pick him up.
okay.
Get up, they up, we up, whom up.
Yeah. Library Cat's gender
Library
is
Cat
very
goes in
flexible. Yeah.
That happens as Library Cat goes in Harold's bag. Just his hand in
Yeah.
the bag is just getting like locked up.
Yeah.
I am going to cast. Anyway. We ruled that teleportations negate web, right?
So, teleportations. You can teleport
Negate
out
the
of a web.
effective web.
You can teleport out of a
web, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll cast web on the floor, directly underneath me,
Cool.
and switch places with Fiona.
Sweet. Yeah, pulling out that stick that you had used earlier. You had spent time tuning to it, identifying it. You discovered it was a wand of web, allowing you to cast the web spell. And so you cast web at your feet. That's a 20-foot radius, is it? Or Sweet. So let's just... I'm just going to do that so we can all see it. So technically, Lothander, Aelric, and Arlie would all be subject to this spell.
No. Oh, I was thinking 20-foot circumference. Right?
Oh, is it a 20-foot circumference?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, my bad. Let me...
No, you read it. A radius is the distance between the center of a circle and... But what I'm reading is that it fills a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration. So it's just the 4 squares, like, directly. You can choose any 4 you want, but it's the hallway.
20-foot
Not a 20-foot. Yeah. 20-foot cube. Also, not circumference. I meant to say diameter, but
Cool. So 20 foot like this. That's like 4 by 4. And do you want it to include right there?
yeah, like that's perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
And there's a saving throw, I believe, right?
When your turn starts, there is.
Cool.
Creature that
Awesome.
starts or ends. Sorry.
And then you swapped with
Each creature
Fiona.
that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained.
Cool. Awesome. So you cast the web, whip out as you swap places with the spectral form of Fiona, leaving her in the center of the web, but she's immune to the restrained condition, I believe. And I'm going to continue as we're going to finish off this round before we start our break. So, Arlie, you're next up to go. You can coordinate with another player. You can delay your turn. But you, then Aelric on deck, Lothander, then Thad, all being able to act before Nere has a chance.
Yeah, I think Arlie is just going to run to alternate dimension older Arlie, wherever she is. Provided that I know where she is.
Yeah,
I
you don't
know.
see her. Do you have a way to find her?
Oh my god. She's me. I should just no. I mean, I don't have like a tactical thing to add to this. I really just think that the thing to do is to ask alternate art. Like I don't even understand what this character's aim is. Like we already came here to kill the god. Like what more nefarious ne'er-do-well-ness do you want to get up to? Like
It looks
Arlie,
like
this
it
is-
wants a book.
Arlie, this is great. So, as a cleric of Zivelin, with your background and the abilities you have, I will say you can roll me either religion, arcana, or history at advantage, your choice. In terms of a general, these questions that you're asking, and if with a roll to see if there can be any information that Arlie can glean based on what's going on.
See how we did. 22 on a religion check.
On a religion check. Okay. With a 22, Arlie, you are in this crazy interplanar realm of this library that has access to information from everywhere, and potentially from this library you could access any realm that Zivelin is in, and Zivelin's in all realms. So this is like kind of like a back door to potentially any realm. This is an extremely powerful place, not only in terms of housing information, but getting through from one place to another. It could be used as a back door. Liches. What you know about liches that they are undead creatures that have siphoned off pieces of their soul into artifacts known as phylacteries. And these phylacteries contain fragments of their essence that exist outside of their body, which means that if their body is destroyed, it can be reincarnated from any of the phylacteries that exist. The more powerful the lich, the more phylacteries they may have as they grow in strength. Now, because phylacteries are extremely powerful and it is like the Achilles heel of a lich, it is very important that phylacteries remain secret and safe.
All my gosh. Okay. So
There,
to Arlie,
with the
what
20,
this means
the
is that
resolution that I can give, like that Arlie can conclude, is that there is one of the safest places that a creature like a lich could hide its phylactery would be in this library.
oh, but he wouldn't want to destroy his own. He's trying to get his phylactery. Like what? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not smart.
Potentially.
I was at
Like
Potentially, or a list of where his
something.
phylactery is. If the library contains all
Oh my God.
knowledge, then
So
it
he's trying to
contains
set-
the knowledge of the locations of his phylactery, right?
Potentially.
Okay, so Thad wasn't trying to set the library on fire. The
Yeah,
lich
no, Thad was.
No,
Thad
that
fully
but that might not have been the smartest idea, given what we've just learned.
That fully
Okay,
was.
okay. Right.
But you're like, yeah, like this. Vecna is here not Nire, which is Vecna. Spoiler alert. But Nire is here not because they were like planning to come every Tuesday, and you just happen to be here on a Tuesday. Harold stabbed the heart of Zivelin and started to collapse of this realm. In response, Nire showed up.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I need it spelled out from you.
Had the game breaking. We didn't really realize it at the time.
Oh no, I lost everyone. Oh no. Oh no, I totally just lost everyone. Oh dear. I just had everyone stop. No. Are we back? So, oh, okay, we're back. Okay. Everyone stopped for me. So I had, the last thing I heard was Sam being like, we just had the game break. And then everyone stopped.
So what's become very clear what's happening here is clearly Nire was going to show up as this realm was collapsing, flip us all the middle finger, grab his phylactery, and then get the heck out of there. But we randomly put up a barrier that won't let him get in.
Because Claire felt like role-playing one of her spells. Because I had nothing better to do with my time.
You did it was very, very effective. Extremely effective move.
If he's after a book of knowledge started burning the library, possibly one-shotting the final boss here in the library.
No, it has more than one phylactery.
Okay, fair.
All liches do. Yeah.
Definitely.
We could have gotten one down.
Oh my goodness.
We can get one down.
Potentially, yeah. So Arlie, what you've gleaned, Arlie, is that like Vecna's here in response to the world tree dying and this realm collapsing. There's something here that Vecna assumed was valuable and is either something that like that Nire needs, or that Nire was like hiding here that needs to recover, or potentially that is like a list, like as Keen said, list of phylactery locations, or the phylactery itself. There's something here inside the Hallow spell that Nire wants.
Right. I'm just seeing if I have locate object prepared.
Damn.
Which I would. You're in luck, Koi. I don't. And also, the rules would say, what? Wait, am I? No. What? Hold on. What? Neil looks like he has an idea.
I have locate object prepared.
Right. So the thing is it's like not super advantageous if we don't know what the object is, but it's not impossible. I don't remember the details of the spell, but that's exciting. So I don't have it, but... Huh?
It has to be an object that is familiar to you.
Yeah.
I do have the much more powerful Find the Path, which is a 6th level spell, but I don't think that I can use that to find a particular object. I was literally just checking on Reddit threads to be like, hey, has anybody tried doing this before? Is there any rules lawyer out there who's going to help me make a case for this for my DM in my game?
How do I hunt it? How do I get it? How do I get it? Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, so Arlie,
All right, so
Aelric, Thaddeus, and Lothander, you all, Arlie, you still have first initiative. You can act first if you like.
Okay. So, so Arlie is confident, like you with this. I think my action was like, unless you're giving it, like
No,
my
that
action was the religion
I'm saying
check, right?
no. I'm saying that
No?
that's just like a free check in terms of calibrating Claire and Arlie's knowledge.
Awesome. Okay. So Arlie is confident that, like in my head, we just like slide down the roots of the world tree into like a different reality. Like it's not like I don't need to be like how do we get out? Like because otherwise I'll cast sending. I'll cast sending and I'll talk to myself. I'll talk to what are we calling her? Nona Arlie. I'll talk to her and be like
Nona Candlewick.
Nona Candlewick, and just be like, how do we? I'll go and get the instruction manual for escaping. But if I just think that I know that, if I think that I know how to. If I think I know, all you need to do is think of where you want to go and slide down the world tree, right? Then I'm just gonna carry on confidently with my knowledge.
I don't think you have I don't think you have confident sense of how to get out.
Okay, then I don't know where Nona Candlewick is, so I'm going to cast Sending to go learn how to activate the fire escape. The portal hopping dimension moving gateway out.
I'm gonna okay now because and this is gonna be an annoying crazy roll. This is similar to what I just did with Harold. I'm gonna ask you to roll a d20. This is going to be an extreme, one extreme or the other. So closer to 1 or closer to 20, because you are trying to send a spell to communicate with yourself. There is the potential that you can be reaching. Which are you actually reaching?
Then how far does my voice carry? Maybe I'll just shout. Just run through the library and dash on my action.
You can certainly do like if you want to do like if you want to spend a dash and shout and try to run around and see if you can get her attention. You could do that as well for sure.
Hey, well, I'm gonna ask my teammates. What are you guys? What do
You can
vote
totally
for?
Arlie can totally be
Sending
like
or dash.
How do we find Nona? How do you suggest I find if you want to ask that? Yeah, totally.
First of all, I think Arlie should tell the group what she's just figured out, so that we're not.
That's like no.
Okay, sure. So Arlie is just going to be like, holy roots of Zivelin, the Lich is here because the goddamn phylactery has to be here. The Hallow spell has obviously triggered its sort of spidey senses or whatever it's got. And that is why... Dad, stop setting it on fire. Literally, we have to find it before it does, before it breaks the Hallow.
Burn the whole place!
I mean, admittedly, that's not a terrible idea, but if it doesn't work, we compromise ourselves and we lose access to...
If you hadn't randomly cast the barrier in the first place, we wouldn't have this opportunity. Now we have to burn all the knowledge.
You can't be on the same side as the Lich. If the Lich is trying to burn the library, then you should do something different.
If we weren't having this conversation incredibly quickly out of initiative order, I'd burn something out of protest.
Stop setting things on fire. Right. Nona Candlewick is going to know what to do. Do you guys think I should cast Sending or just run madly around the tree? Also chat.
So Arlie, again, the Lich is not lighting things on fire. Only Thad tried to light things on fire. No, the Lich is not.
What spells is the Lich? Oh, we don't know what spells the Lich is trying to cast in. I thought he was.
The Lich was casting Mage Hand.
The Lich cast Mage Hand.
I'm sorry. It was Vancouver Pride yesterday, and my brain is like,
just for the entirety of my actions, the Lich cast Mage Hands twice, and both times it was rifling on a bookshelf. And the second time it happened, because Thad has really fast thoughts but doesn't ever stop to check the thought, he realized that the Lich wants a book.
Okay.
And I thought that the Lich wants a book, and because we're in a place of it, so I just burned the book.
So
I just started burning books, hoping that I could deny him what he is here for.
Okay.
This is so much longer than 6 seconds, but okay. Yeah. Admittedly, probably you'll set the entire thing on fire, and the only remaining book will be the phylactery. So honestly, it's not like a terrible idea, except for the fact that we ran away when the fire burns out.
Huh? This entire realm is ending. This realm will cease to be. Everything in it will cease to be. We do not need to destroy this realm. We need to keep him out of it so that it can end.
Yes, but if we stay here, I don't know how we're all talking this fast, but if we stay here, then we all die too. So we have to leave this zone.
Actually, to be fair,
right.
just to make this
time to cast sending.
to make this all fit in canon, Arlie technically has at will telepathy because she's a high level knowledge cleric.
Oh yeah.
So Arlie can be kind of coordinating fast telepathic communication during this whole thing, where she's just kind of reaching into people and like, hold Thad, let me connect Harold. Hold Harold, let me connect Aelric. Aelric, can you hold as we connect?
I love that she can do that, but she's still wrong. Like, all right, like you have to explain to her in her mind, like that's not trying to burn down, or the Lich isn't trying. The bad guy's not trying to set fire. Well, who's trying to set fire? Thad. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, stop or don't.
Amazing.
All right. But
okay. I'm going to let you finish this action. So you want to cast Sending, Arlie, to try to reach Nona?
I'll just do that.
Cool.
Yeah, right.
Give me a D20 roll, flat D20 roll, as you try to reach out in your mind to yourself.
Yeah. Wait, no, I rolled it. No, fuck. Help.
Arlie. And this will take us into break. This will take us into break.
No, I rolled a dude. We're on a Twitch ad. It's not fair. I can't get a 2 on a Twitch ad. It's not fair. Let's try here. Rescue me.
Arlie, as you reach out.
Gods have spoken. Gods have spoken.
The gods have spoken? Oh, Vikavar. Beautiful timing, Vikavar. Incredible. All right. Give me another flat D20 roll there.
No! I'm cursed.
That's a 2.
Mercury retrograde.
2 2s in a row.
Mercury retrograde.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Wow. Arlie, you reach out with Sending. Normally this is easy. You're like, I'm going to reach out to this person I know, and I will connect to their mind and send a message, and it will like sit in their mind, and then they will speak in their mind, and it will return back to my mind. You've never tried reaching out to yourself, even though it is a future version of yourself. It is still your own mind. And so as you reach out in this crumbling realm, you connect back to yourself and get the worst case of psychic feedback you could ever experience. You take 16 points of psychic damage as you send a message into yourself that you are sending and receiving, and this kind of psychic feedback loop burns into your mind until you can finally.
Like it literally is just that, like.
Yeah, it's literally the feedback, but it's psychic, right? Arlie's like, you see like a blood vessel in her eye pop as she just. And with that, we're gonna go to break. Amazing, absolutely incredible. I love that this was, wonderful discoveries. Amazing. Okay. Thank you, everyone. God. It is 9:23 by my clock. So I'm going to say 9:33. Let's say by 9:35, we're going to be back and playing. So we'll see you all in a minute.
To nobility, Ollie dodged through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. This from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way timelines at once, futures that fly, past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ali sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly, past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Audie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's now, mystic from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes, but Ollie's mind sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a grip. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. For road on the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Boobo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the Turnpike legacy their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with the lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the smell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the smell, with little Boobo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. And now for his mate, little Boobo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Boobo, his talents wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Boobo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boobo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The seas in their blood, magic in their heart. Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boobo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The seas in their blood, magic in their heart.
In Solonius fields a halfling stood tall, sea grey eyes, a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, herald grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, and on a list beneath the stars. Oh, A promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds, a final wish. A blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With bolder hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Gray, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
Okay. All right, we are back. We got some players coming right back. They're running back. Sam's there. I think I know Sean's just around the corner. Actually, perfect timing because Sean is next in initiative order. But Lothander, you and Thad are up with Aelric. The three of you are able to act before Nire. So the initiative is yours. I will say it's Lothander. It's officially Aelric, Lothander, and Thad. As we're waiting on Sean to return, I'll say then I'm handing it to Neil and Thad on deck.
I'm not moving until he moves, but that's beyond the point.
Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, Neil, the player, is a little confused.
Yeah.
Are we all now at a point as a team between all the PCs? We have an understanding that we're trying to get out of here?
I really hope that Arlie successfully communicated that she is going to try to figure out, this being her god's dimension, she's going to try to figure out how we get out. And that was why she was asking the party, what do you think is more effective? Talking to Candlewick by message or running around screaming?
Okay.
So we don't know how we're getting out, and I'm not clear if we've all agreed to Thad's plan of like burning the place down.
This is
possibly
okay. So then, are we cool to leave be the thing that Nire Vecna is clearly trying to look for in here as well, or is that worth our time?
Thad's so confident that the dimension is going to collapse and that like we don't need to find it, but Arlie I think is going to want to look for it. I don't think we're of one mind on that.
Yeah, no, I think that we're gonna have to from a player's like a table talk standpoint. I think that the plane is about to collapse. This thing that you cast, as far as I'm aware, will persist as long as you will it to persist, no matter where it is. Vecna cannot get in here. He is casting Mage Hand to grab something that's in here. The thing might survive a fire, but Thad is also betting that when the new God of Knowledge is reborn, that all of the knowledge that he is burning will also regenerate. I think that is not wise enough to have considered the possibility that he is perma-deleting like knowledge from everything. But the party can convince him not to do that. But I do think that we boogie on out of here because the plane is going to collapse. Future you seems to be chill with that because she seemed to be chill with killing or resetting Zivelin. So that's between you and future you.
Okay. Well, just based on the fact that there's something over there that's important enough that Vecna is trying to get. Mm-hmm. We have, from our understanding of these various religion checks and arcana checks, know that Vecna is a lich. There's likely something over there that he wants.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a wild guess that it's a phylactery. Mm-hmm. And in the spell Locate Object, there's a section here where it's the second paragraph.
Okay.
The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. Would a lich's phylactery be a general enough object to then try and cast that on? DM.
I knew it.
This is an annoyingly good question.
In the old one, there was like a percentage. I just might be making stuff up. Never mind. I'll be quiet.
No. Yeah. What do you want to say?
Oh, just not just nonsense. Just Claire being 3.5 brains. I feel like there was some sort of like in the same way that like there was percentage dies for like trying to hit specific parts of like the target. Like I feel like the old locate object had a like if you have never seen it and you don't know where it is or what it looks like, but you know it exists, you get this percentage of possibility, and it was low, but it existed. But also maybe that was me homebrewing stuff. Because I can't.
No,
I don't.
There was definitely a table in the player's handbook in the spells of describing that for both locate objects and also teleportation, where
Okay,
it was
I
like
feel so much better.
where it was like familiarity with the object, and then also like you got a much higher percentage if you had been there before, if you had a very clear description of it, if you had something from there, or if you had touched it before, or whatever else.
Yeah, 3.5 was all about endless percentages, which they got rid of in 5th because it was like a tax on the mind.
Cool. I am going to say I just did a little background stuff. I'm going to say that because a phylactery is an object that contains a fragment of a soul, it is not a type. It cannot be searched for as a type specifically, because the phylactery can be any object potentially. So it is an object that is imbued with a capacity. It is not necessarily a type. That being said, it is a magical object, and so if there's a capacity to like identify magic or something like that in a specific way within a library that potentially has a lot of magical items in it, as you've all already discovered magical items in this library, right? So there are magic. It wouldn't be the only magical item in this library, but
yeah. So then I suppose. Vic's got some good stuff in there. Detect good and evil. I don't know if I have detect good and evil prepared at the very least. It's definitely on them.
Surely I have it.
I have detect
Claire,
magic.
you've actually thrown that spell before, many times. I don't know if you haven't loaded it up.
Yeah. So failing that, I guess maybe could I use detect magic and specifically look for necromancy and then pair that with just a straight up perception check to look for whatever it was that I think Vecna was trying to get off that shelf?
Yeah, so let's read do you have to detect magic, you sense presence of magic.
The rules are pretty clear that you would get us, even if there's an overwhelming amount of magic items. I mean, you are the DM, and you could rule that there needs to be an extra arcana, some sort of check on top of it to shorten through the. But within the spell's radius, the 30-foot range that it's active in, you see all of the magical items.
Yeah.
There's a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic.
And you learn at School of Magic, which is why I wanted to look for necromancy.
So I will say that you can, with casting detect magic, you can give me an investigation check with advantage to find this, and that's how we'll do it. So it's still like you've activated it. It's kind of lit up all the different things that are magical, which will make it easier for you to go and try to identify. And for the sake of this, because we're doing it in turns, I'm going to say you need to identify one of the book stacks, and that will be your investigation check.
Okay.
And you're going to do with advantage, DC 10 because you have detect magic and you have DC lowered the DC and advantage, but you have to tell me which stack you are checking, and it is going to be one shelf per turn.
Okay. So I'm going to check first the one that I dispelled the mage hand from. That same one. And I got a 17.
Amazing. With a 17, you are able to find that there are no necromantic magical items on this shelf. And with a 17, you are confident that this shelf does not contain any phylactery.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure what else to do here, to be honest. I guess I'll just move back and away, and yeah, that'll be it.
You can move up to your movement. Just let us know wherever that's going to be. Thad, you're up next, and then Aelric, you'll be the last to act before Nire.
No, nobody has convinced that not to burn anything just yet. So he's not moving until he sees Big Man.
So Thad's waiting on Aelric. Aelric.
Yeah, I'm really torn.
Oh shit, Elric gets close. If you're gonna, that's web. So you're gonna have to roll a, what's the check there? If he wants to enter the web, Keen.
It is.
I don't guess I understood that there was a full web there.
That cube, you don't have to move into it, but that square purple 4x4, that was a web that Harold had cast.
Oh, okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I'd probably miss it at this point. Is that where I started, or was I here?
Somewhere there.
You were there.
Okay. Son of a bitch. What's this down here?
What's which? Sorry.
That's
What's this down here?
anything that's down out of one of those areas is outside of the hollow effect. So we need to get to one of those areas in order to get out of here.
Yeah.
However, yeah, so that's outside of the area. That's just another part of the line.
Wait, we don't need to get out of the hollow to leave the air, to leave the thing.
If we're gonna use the dimension door, we do.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna do it that way. But I think that there is like a built-in sort of dimensional travel capacity at the center of the tree. That's
the thing about what you cast extra dimensional interference. What that means is that affected creatures cannot move or travel using teleportation or by other extra dimensional or interplanar means. Affected creatures, though, means affected areas subject to the following effects. I guess that doesn't include. The Forbiddance prevents all teleportation. The Hallow spell prevents affected creatures, which would be the elementals, Fae, Fiend, and Undead. So that would mean that as non-Fae, because the party is not elementals, Fae, Fiends, or Undead, that the party would be able to cast teleportation from within the Hallow spell, it seems, because it says affected creatures can't move or travel.
With Forbiddance as well, though, it only says For the duration, creatures can't teleport into the area.
And
It doesn't say anything about teleporting out.
Yeah, and I think with the my reading of this affected creatures means that like the Hallow spell doesn't prevent teleportation for you mortals. It's just that it prevents undead teleporting into the area or traveling. Moving or traveling.
So, Koi, is this like a front hallway? Is this like an entranceway? The one that doesn't have a room attached to it?
At the bottom,
I'm looking
furthest
at
south?
Yeah, if we're standing in 3 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock?
6 o'clock area.
That was where the glamorous glamping tent entrance was.
Okay.
But because we're in this is a map of like a real space in a foresty thing, because we're in like a mystical magical realm, basically every room branches off into more hallways and more tomes. So it's kind of like an endless expansion. You're just in the heart of it right there.
Okay. Great. Oh man, I just don't know what to do. I knew what I wanted to do until there was webs.
I mean, you can move through it. You just have to pass a dex check.
I'll fail it. This will be the night that I fail it. So
the gods are watching. You never know.
And you already have advantage on it too.
That's true. You have advantage because of his power spell that he cast.
Okay, we'll do this. Yeah. Okay. Well, Thad's gonna do his thing.
Get messy, make mistakes.
And you can do your thing right now and burn the whole place down, basically. And I'm out of your way. So I've got 5 feet of movement left.
Cool.
And I'm right there. I'm right there with him.
Cool. Give me your dex. So the base of dex check with advantage, and Harold, give me the DC on that spell.
We'll see.
15.
15? Cool.
Oof.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is it a saving throw or ability check? Does it matter? I don't guess it really matters.
Dexterity saving throw.
Saving.
Okay. How'd I do? Not well. 12. I'm stuck.
12. So as Alec
right
moves,
when I get in there.
yeah, you're gonna be stuck right there unless you get unless some of the gods give you more advantage. As you walk into the web.
That's okay. I don't need to. I don't need it. I'm just gonna use Misty Step and get here.
Okay, you Misty Step outside of the Hallow.
Yep.
You're gonna die, dude.
You're muted, Sam. You're muted, Sam.
If you're gonna, I'm not gonna stop this play that you're doing. Just do it right in front of him within our circle.
I'm doing it right here.
Cool. Thad.
Wait, I'm not done.
Okay. Keep going.
Because it's just Misty Step, right?
Yeah, that's just a bonus action.
It's a bonus action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I hit Action Surge.
Hell yeah.
That's a special.
Yeah.
I attack.
Okay. You get 3 attacks. Right?
I get 6.
Yeah. 6. Yeah.
You better light this. You better burn this thing down, buddy.
Wild. All right.
Now I get attack. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's roll your attacks.
I'm going to. Both of my swords are magical, by the way.
Right.
Oops.
I get an action after this. I'm just saying unless if you're throwing some legendary shenanigans, Koi, I get to go.
Goodness.
Okay.
I got one natural 20 out of that. So 5 hits with one natural 20.
Okay. Let's resolve them in order. So the first hit was
Shatter Spark with, I think it, well, I don't know if I hit him. I got an 18. Does that hit?
an 18 will hit. So let's resolve that first damage.
So as, yeah, okay. That's 9.
Cool. As you
Wait.
mhm.
Okay. You're doing something? Okay.
So you do 9. You come in, swing. Your first swing with Shatter Spark is a strong hit. You deal 9 damage.
Yep. I'm using one of my superiority dice on that.
Okay.
He needs to make a strength saving throw of DC 16.
Okay.
Oh,
22.
perfect.
Nat 20.
That's great.
As you hit and deal damage, Nire utters a fell word. And disappears. You take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Do I take that off my temporary hit points?
Temporary first, yeah.
They're technically not temporary, but
Yeah, yeah, that's just where I have them stored.
Yeah. Utters a
Wait,
fell word, disappears. You take 9 points of necrotic damage and appears 30 feet northeast of you. That's a reaction on taking damage.
Oh. Well, so I shouldn't even have swung those other swings.
I mean, I won't say you've spent them. So you can still.
Sam, you're mute.
Koi, we have a retcon. Nire now has disadvantage on that save. The gods have spoken.
Oh, the gods have spoken. Okay, disadvantage on that first save. You still have your other attack actions, Aelric, but I'm going to do another. 16 with disadvantage for that saving
it's
throw.
a DC. It's
Okay.
a DC 16.
Just passes it.
Or action, as the case may be. He used action surge, right? So if they're not going to attack, he could
True.
take a
You
dash,
still have your
take a dodge.
Yeah. You've just
can
done
move.
You've just done one attack. You still have all your other options.
Yeah.
Also, depending on the height of the ceiling, might be able to fly through the passage. The webs are only 5 feet high. I don't know how high the vaulted ceilings of the library are.
They're definitely high enough to
Him
fly.
getting around the DC.
Yeah, definitely high enough to fly. I forgot about that. I always forget Aelric has wings.
Well, I would have done that instead of the Misty Step, but that's okay. We're here. Well, if he does that little cheap maneuver, I'm just gonna move. Well, since I've hit action surge, and I have an action left, can I still dash?
Yep, fully.
If I have 2 action, because
A dash is one action. You get 2 attacks per action because of our house rules.
So how many actions do I have? 1 action?
When you
3
have
actions? I have 2 attack actions. 2 attack actions unless I action surge, and then I have 3 attack actions, right? Because I get 6 attacks.
Let me look this
No, that's
up.
totally wrong. I get 8 because now I'm swinging 3 times around because I'm 11th level. So I would have actually had 8 swings at that guy. All right, I'm gonna move because I'm burning time. I'll just use this 60-foot dash thing. Fly my ass.
Cool.
Did you see Vicavar's? I'm not good at this stuff, but
If
Vicavar's.
Elric moved but didn't Misty Step, he can still do that as a bonus action, 30 to where Nira just moved. So if you flew instead of Misty Step, then you could Misty Step, I think is the argument.
Yeah. I could, but then
the way extra attack works is that whenever you make an attack action, you get to make 2 more for free.
I'm not. Yeah,
is the way that it works.
I'm not gonna retcon my choice of webs. I just didn't check that the web not being all the way to the ceiling. That's just something I should have paid attention to as a gamer.
Sure.
That's on me. I'm just gonna dash fly to this point right over here and burn my 60 feet. Oops. Well, it won't let me, but I'll make it happen.
There you
this
go.
way then.
Get you back into the Hallow.
There we go.
Amazing. Thaddeus, as you watched Aelric pop over and take a swing at Vecna / Nire, who disappears, pops 30 feet away, and Aelric tactical retreats back into the safety of the Hallow spell. And you're the last to
To be
act.
clear, that's because that bastard ran first. He ran first. He was the one that was scared.
Fire shock. What was the result of the detect magic again?
That he was able to. We have confirmed that this bookcase does not have the phylactery. Was the result of that? I did an X on the map, if you can see that.
Yep.
No, it doesn't. God, it teleported right over there. That was the one I burned to before, right? Or that I attempted to burn.
Yep.
How much roughly can I roll a free Arcana check just to see how much more time we have before this dimension is destroyed?
Oh, someone wants to do that. Yeah, great. Yeah, I was wondering when anyone was going to try to do that.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a good idea.
I was wondering. Yeah, I wonder how long this was going to take.
27.
Incredible. This realm is going to collapse at the end of. You are in round 1 of initiative of combat. This realm is going to collapse at the end of the 3rd round.
Oh shit.
All right, so that means that we have to be out of the hollow spell together to be dimensional doored by our god out of here. Or can we leave the hollow?
We can do Dimension Door from within. It's affected creatures cannot.
Okay, so then we have 3 rounds to somehow keep Vecna from killing all of us in a single thing. Yeah, all right. If that's the case.
Does Dimension Door, doesn't it just like pop us into another place on this plane? Like it doesn't take us to another plane.
Dimension Door?
Like it'll just pop us. Yeah, right? Am I wrong? I thought Dimension Door was just like you're here and now you're over here.
He's been saying he has a way to get us to where we need to go this entire time, and he's just been kind, waiting for the chance to use his god powers to take us to our next destination. I was operating on that assumption.
Who, this guy?
Yeah, no, Dimension Door is 500-foot range. So
You can't-
if this
within the
entire
same
realm
plane.
is going to collapse, we need a different exit.
Yeah. Dimension Door is not going to cut it unless there's like you come back because the plane is gone. We don't go into outer space at nothingness. Koi just considerably puts us somewhere else. But
then in 3 turns, we're all gonna die no matter what happens here. So if that's not where the thing is,
I think that Arlie is going to find a way. I'm convinced because of my religion check that there is a way out. I just need to go find Nona Candlewick and find out what it is. I don't know if that's true or not. That could be breaking up the wrong tree.
Nice. Amazing. So we have Thad acting, then it's going to be Nire's turn, and then we're going to... luckily, the way that it all worked out is that it's like players all get to operate first. But Nire will be the last to act at the end of every round. That is the last one to act of the players in round one here.
So, Koi,
Yo.
do you see the circle that I've just made?
I do see that circle.
I'm just gonna be like, well, if
fireball?
we don't think the phylactery is gonna burn, and I'm going to step over. Wait, that's not control of me. I'm gonna step over into a place where I have like why can't it select me? A decent enough eye line, and I'm going to shoot a fireball to just destroy all of the bookshelves in that given area.
Okay. These are walls, by the way.
Oh, those are walls.
Yeah.
Got it. So then I'm gonna tuck in, and I'm gonna come in here, and just on the other side of it, right up against that wall, interior wall. I'm just gonna try to I don't know if the wall needs to take damage, but I'm just gonna put all of the force of that right up against that wall and burn all of the books on the interior in there.
Okay, amazing. You're casting Fireball.
Yep.
Wild. Okay, give me a D20. This is going to be high-low.
20. Does my Luckstone get to put a +1 to this?
Luckstone gets you to +1 for anything? Yeah. If it's a +1 for anything.
Did I break Koi with that question? I broke him.
You broke Koi. He had to do a complete shutdown.
I'm shutting down. Oh no. I can hear you, but I can't see you. What's happening? Oh no. Am I back? Am I back?
You're back.
Okay, amazing. Yes, Luckstone gives you +1 on everything. I'll give you the +1.
11.
11. Amazing. I will ask with an 11, Thad.
Yeah.
What's your objective here?
I've been told now that we're after a phylactery, and that the phylactery, in my heart of hearts, I'm hoping a fireball can destroy a phylactery, but in my higher level thinking, I'm hoping that if I burn enough things, it'll be very clear if there is a non-burned, destroyed, pristine object somewhere after the roar has disappeared. I'm trying to make the detect magic. I'm going to be the larger scatter plot to help the tighter beam of the detect magic.
Okay. So your objective is to destroy the phylactery.
Yeah, in my heart.
In your heart. Fireball. Immolation. Just countless ancient, priceless tomes of knowledge that takes generations to accumulate up in flame. For anyone who has the sense of arcane, someone's casting detect magic, Alexandria is burning. Just within this short radius is more knowledge than is collected in any single kingdom in the place where you come from, that you have now torched. There is a moment as that small little boom, the explosion, fire, and you hear a high-pitched, it's as if like the hissing of fire out of wood, that kind of screeching, and you realize it's actually not coming from the burning, but it's coming from the east chamber. Nire is screeching.
I'm gonna die. It's just.
I am going.
All right, I have more movement because that was like if each one of these is 5, that was 20 of my 40, and that'll be 5, 10. Now that I'm this close, can I make out any kind of is there anything obvious now that I'm like closer to the smoldering rubble of the fireball that I just cast?
Burning books. Burning books. Lots of burning books.
I know. How did I damage that wall?
It's a stone wall. So the wall is still in. I mean, the wall is probably more damaged because like the ground is continuing to rumble and shift, and the foundations of this land is starting to crumble. That did more damage than the fireball to the wall, but all the paper and wood that consist of the books and the bookshelves, they are torched.
Yeah. So everything on the interior is torched.
Yeah.
So if I hurt him with that, it has to be on this interior. So I'm going to get one thing closer and I'm going to wait for the flames to die down and see if there's any like shiny object that like, you know, one ring of powered through the, you know, didn't throw it in Mount Doom kind of sitch.
Okay. Amazing. So you're going closer to see if you can identify anything that remains out of that fire.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
That's the end of your turn. Okay. Nira is going to rush back to the edge of the Hallow spell. And is screaming. You've fought zombies before. The undead have this weird like lack of humanity, which is up until now been very. The creature that you're speaking to is very sentient. But the rage and shriek coming from Nire's mouth betrays what you see on the outside, which is this undead creature of wrath. And as it comes to the edge, it is going to, and this is... It didn't see... This is always the toughest question as a DM. Who's the target? It didn't see Thad casting the spell.
It can't see me
and
anyway.
It can't see you anyways. In range is Lothander, Arlie, and Harold. And I believe Aelric is in... Where did Aelric end up?
No, he can't see me.
Aelric ended up all the way back there. Oh, wow.
Yeah. He can't see me.
Okay.
Because I was having to get... I was still in the plan of trying to give Thad room to burn.
Okay.
Okay.
Lothander, give me a DC Constitution saving throw. Vecna gets to the edge of the Hallow spell and cries out in a string of necrotic magic, which engulfs Lothander.
From Circle of Power, 26.
Oh, very good. Very good. You succeed. Which means... which means you only take 52 necrotic damage.
No, I don't, because even on a... if I succeed, but I take half damage because of Circle of Power,
then
you don't take any
avoid
damage.
it. Amazing.
Yeah.
So the Circle of Power is able to... what does it look like as the necrotic magic is sent out at you, and how is Lothander able to deflect this vicious attack of necrotic magic?
So Lathander's actually in shock that there's just been a gigantic explosion behind him as well. Hears Vecna screaming, is very confused, looks back at this smoking crater to see and maybe realize, oh wait, Thad just got it. Nice. And then turns and sees Vecna, sees Lathander, blasts him with this magic, and as this necrotic force comes up through Lathander's body and spasms him. He just takes a second to take a breath. And as he exhales, sunlight and radiance just bursts out from his center, and this purplish necrotic energy dissipates.
Incredible. Incredible. And that is going to end the end of our first round. We're going to come back at the top of our second round. This is round 2. At the end of round 3, this realm collapses. But that's all the time we have for this week. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us and being a part of it. This has been an absolutely incredible, wild combination of course, the players are going to be more prepared and also maybe slightly underprepared. What a weird way of it's always how role-playing games work, right? But thank you so much, everyone. Thanks to Michael Keane, Sean Boyd, Sam Gilroy, Claire Hogan, Neil Babcock. Thank you all, everyone, for watching, tuning in, whether you're chatting with us live or watching in some future time and place. I hope you enjoyed our time. We had some fun. Tell your friends, follow us, subscribe on Twitch and all that good stuff. And we'll be seeing you next week. Keep rolling those dice.
Manner born to nobility, Ollie dance through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Arlie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Arnie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. But Arnie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind.